Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another video, and for today's video I really wanted to do a nice all matte kind of a look today. Do you need those good products that are gonna help your makeup last all day? Well, I got news for ya. This look, I used all matte products, and I'm gonna show you how I got this look today and all the products I thoroughly stand behind, you guys. These products are literally what I always gravitate to, especially because I know it truly works with my oily skin, and I wanted to do this video in conjunction with like using the Big Poppy palette, because I know some of you guys have been asking me to use that palette. I also want to tell you guys I love this palette. Like, spoiler alert if you want to know my thoughts on it, I truly love the Big Poppy palette from Colourpop. When I think of a nice all matte warm tone palette, that's exactly what I think of. And personally, I think the Big Poppy palette is so much better than the Sunflower palette. We all know what happened in that review of the Sunflower palette. It was a struggle, but this was not a struggle at all. You guys, this is literally me in a palette. Okay, enough with the rambling. By the way, that palette retails for $14, just in case you were wondering. Let's go ahead and get into this look. We're gonna start off with the Porefessional primer. I truly love this primer. So what I like to do is I like to focus on the areas I get oily. Just those areas, not the whole face, because this primer will literally save those oily spots. Now we're going into the Maybelline New York Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. Love this. You can get this for like $4 to $5 on Amazon. So what I like to do is put this literally in the areas where I have larger pores, and that's technically all the other spots that I didn't put the first primer in. Okay, so now we're going into my favorite full coverage foundation. This is the Huda Beauty foundation in the shade Coco 510R. That's the shade that I'm in. This shade is a little bit, like a smidge too dark for me, but one thing I've learned is that darker foundations photograph so much better, and you can always even it out with concealer. And this foundation does slightly oxidize, so it goes on looking light, but then it eventually will get dark. I like this foundation because it's really full coverage. It's so good for glam. Next, we're going into the Nars matte concealer. Oh my god, this is so good. I use the shade Amande because it's fairly neutral, and I like a more neutral under eye, but I also like it to highlight. So I really love this. Definitely worth the price. What I'm doing is I am just taking this under my eyes, and then I'm going to blend it out with a damp sponge, and then just look at how flawless and smooth my under eyes look. Oh, so stunning. I love that concealer. Next, we're going into the Huda Beauty setting powder. I like to use the shade Kunafa. I cannot say that, you guys, but I love this shade. It is the perfect yellow tone for me. I'm also using the Set 1130 brush from Midas Cosmetics. You guys can use code Tatianna Anesa for 20% off your purchase. I love this brush because it covers a big area. I think that it spreads the powder evenly. Now we're going into my favorite bronzer from Morphe in the shade Supreme. This is gorgeous, so gorgeous. I love this bronzer. So I'm just going to take this and bronze up my face, add a little bit of color back into my face. And I'm taking the Alamar Cosmetics Complexion brush. I love this brush, you guys. It is so freaking good. And I'm just using this to bronze up the face. Next, what we're going to go in with is a smaller, like, tapered brush to contour the nose, and then we're gonna go back into the Alamar Cosmetics brush to finish off the forehead. Gotta get the forehead. I really like to look bronze when I do a matte look, just to add dimension back into my face. Alright, now we're going into the blush binder, and here I am just showing you guys how amazing this is. This is literally a blush lover's dream. 3 pages of blushes. You get 18 blushes. But my absolute favorite blush is on the first page, and it is this shade right here. Oh my gosh, that shade is so pretty. I literally feel like I'm about to hit pan on that shade, but I need to like get into other blushes. But I love this because it adds the perfect amount of subtle color, but it also like shows that you have blush on your face. I don't know if that makes sense. Next, we're going in with the Charlotte Tilbury powder. This is in the shade 4 Deep. I just got this today actually, and I'm using it to see how it works, but so far I truly do like it. But yeah, really like it, and it set my makeup beautifully. Next, we're going in with the MAC Paint Pot in the shade Land Low. I love this, especially for like matte looks, because this really gets the color to stay on. The hype is so real. It's $23, I think, but you know, get it at Ulta, get a coupon, you know what I'm saying? Now we're going into the Big Poppy palette, and this is such a gorgeous palette. So I am going to start off with the shade Groovin', and this is going to be my transition shade that I put all throughout the crease. And you know me, just checking it out to make sure it's evenly blended and that there's nothing harsh. Now we're going into the shade Wild Thing, and I'm basically just trying to darken up that crease shade in the outer corner with this shade right here, because we are going to go in with a lighter shade all over the lid, and that is the shade Mellow. So basically, you guys, I literally thought this was like a cut crease shade for a second because of how pigmented it is, and it started to get a little messy and fall out everywhere, but don't worry, I fixed it, okay? I fixed it, but this shade, ooh, do not underestimate this shade. I didn't think it was going to be this pigmented. I thought it was just going to be like a light wash of color, but nope, very pigmented. So I'm just going back over it, making sure it's all blended and that it's seamless, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm just going to take that dark brown shade again and use that to smoke out my lower lash line. I love a nice dark smoky lash line. Then I'm going to go into the shade Dig It just to kind of like soften it up a bit, because it was looking a little bit harsh. Just a little bit. And then going back into the crease, because I really like to make sure everything is well blended. Going in with my favorite mascara of all time. This is the new Morphe mascara. It is so good. It makes your lashes literally pop and make them so long. Next, we're going in with the All Nighter Setting Spray. Love this spray. Love what it does. I don't know why the hell I was spraying it like that. I cannot spray setting spray normally. Now we're going in with the MAC X Tiana Taylor Skin Finish Powder in the shade Petunia. No, House of Petunia. And I like to use this as just like a nice lit from within glow kind of highlighter, especially because we're going matte today. So I tend to use these kind of highlighters where it's like really subtle. Love this. Really pretty. I think it's still available on the site, by the way, if you're interested in that. Next, we're going in with my go-to Juvia's Place liner in the shade Cola. Gotta line the lips, you know, because we're about to go in with a nice matte lipstick, you know what I'm saying? Going in with my favorite lipstick from Kylie. This is in the shade True Brown K. So beautiful. I love how this looks. It is absolutely beautiful, and it's my favorite shade from Kylie Cosmetics. And that's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and this look, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.